Stephen A. Smith has a new book out, Straight Shooter, a memoir of second chances and first takes. So, Stephen A., I'm going through your early chapters in this thing. This thing is a great book, but you had a very tough childhood in Hollis, Queens, and a real rough dad. How did that make you into who you are today?
Well, it elevates your level of ambition. You don't, when you have a father that considers yourself a lost cause from the time that you're in the 3rd or the 4th grade, and not only does he feel that way, he tried to convince my mother to feel that way. That's definitely an eye-opener. There's no doubt about that. But through the grace of God and a phenomenal mom, the person that I believe to be the greatest woman I've ever known, God rest her soul, along with support from other people on the outside, family, friends, and things of that nature, your own ambition and everything else kicks in, and you recognize that you got two choices. You can lay down and do nothing and just disintegrate, or you can raise up and strive to be the best that you can be and enjoy the journey along the way, not just the finish line, but the actual journey, because things that are worth having, if it's easy, it ain't worth having. It's the tough road that makes you appreciate what you ultimately end up accomplishing.
And a lot of guys watching now had bad dads, still have bad dads. Were you trying to prove your dad wrong? Were you trying to grow into something that you could say, Dad, I'm here now? Take us through that.
Well, I was definitely trying to prove him wrong. There's no question about that. For me, my whatever level of the words that are appropriate as you continue to read the book, the animosity, the frustration, the rage at times that I may have felt towards him, it really wasn't because of me. It was because of his treatment of my mother. I'm an old-fashioned kind of dude. I'm the type of person that believes when it comes to a woman, especially if it's your wife, it's your girlfriend, it's your daughters in my case, or anybody else, you know what? If they're hungry, it's because I'm starving. I'm not comfortable unless they're comfortable. It's my responsibility as a man to provide and protect, and I put that foot forward first, and that's always been my mentality. So at a very young age, when my father had doubts, I was definitely hell-bent on proving him wrong. But as time grew on and I saw my mother struggling and suffering because of the kind of positions that he put her in, she ultimately became my ultimate source of motivation, because I knew that any success that I achieved, she was going to be a primary beneficiary of that. And as a result, she wouldn't continue to suffer the way she had to suffer by having to take the role of being the man and the woman of the household. And that was really my primary goal, to make sure that I ultimately facilitated a much, much better life for her. Yeah, it started with him and proving him wrong, but ultimately the ultimate goal was making sure that I was so successful that I would alleviate any concern she ever had in life, and that the later part of her life would be a hell of a lot better than the early stages were with him.
Well, a part of me wishes I had a terrible father, because then I'd be as rich as you are, Stephen A., but maybe that's the wrong way to think about things.
Stop.
You were a Philly guy for a while, and you were down there covering sports. That's where I grew up. We got a big game on Sunday. I need a prediction, but I don't need a biased prediction from a Philly person. Give it to me straight.
Well, you're not getting a prediction. I'm holding off on that until the last minute on my own show, Jesse. I mean, you get your ratings, and you're doing a great job. I've got to do the same myself. But what I will tell you is this: you can expect a thrill. You can expect a thriller. Philadelphia is the most complete team in the National Football League this year. A lot of people have them as the favorites. Jalen Hurts, is a top 2 candidate for league MVP honors. Clearly the most improved player. But on the other side of that football is a champion. In his first 5 years in the National Football League, he's been to the AFC Championship game every year, and this is his 3rd Super Bowl. His name is Patrick Mahomes. He is the real deal. And this past season, he lost one of the best receivers in football, who left Kansas City to go to Miami, and Tyreek Hill. And still, he's had the #1 offense in yards, in points, and in passing yards. He is the real deal, and he is an X factor and a game changer. If he goes off, there's not much the Philadelphia Eagles are going to be able to do about it. So it's that kind of game that we should expect. It is a thriller, but I'll wait until my own show tomorrow morning to announce who I believe is going to come home the victor.
Anything you want to say to the Dallas people watching now?
I hope you're enjoying your vacation. It's quite lovely. It's quite lovely to know that the Dallas Cowboys are probably in Cabo or someplace else other than playing football. You know, their fans thought they were going to win the Super Bowl this year. For the 28th consecutive year, they came up short. But somehow, some way, give them a few months, and they'll be telling you how they're going to win the Super Bowl again next year. It's what they do, and it's why they're destined to fall yet again next year. Just take your time and wait. Just be patient for it. They won't let you down. They'll falter when it counts most.
All right, Stephen A., here's the book. Check it out. Straight shooter. He bears his soul, which I don't do. I keep all of my emotions inside and then let them out in a fit of rage. Thanks very much, Stephen A.
I'm sure you do. Thanks a lot, buddy. Take care.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.